Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It's race number 18 in Sim500's Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series. I'm right here on the Sim Racing Network. 100 laps on tap for us tonight. That equals 100 miles. If you'd like to do some math, a handful, over 30 drivers have timed in or checked in with us here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway and set to race it out here live on the Sim Racing Network. So glad you've tuned in with us tonight. I'll be joined in the booth tonight by Mitch Rollo and Aaron Grosskopf. Going to be getting the picture that you see to you. I, of course, am Ben Kilcrease. Welcome again, everybody, to New Hampshire and to the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky Sunday Series. Here we are, Mitch, 100 laps, and this setup is interesting, to say the very least. Some drivers find it loose off, and some says it's just right. So we're going to be, I think, right in the middle of things, and I will see, some drivers have a handful, some it'll be right in their will.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the different lines that develop over the course of the race, Ben, tonight. And New Hampshire, always seems to be known for that. The low line is going to be dominant, I think, early on, but that top line should work in as we go.
So we'll keep an eye on that over the course of the night and watch the different lines develop over the 100 miles here at the Magic Mile in New Hampshire. Let's run you through tonight's starting lineup, and inside of row number 1, he set quick time with a 29.259. It's the 99 of Tommy Ryan. Boy, I don't know if I could rhyme any more than that. And to his outside, the 51, that'll be Justin Fuller. He's second fastest tonight.
Third fastest inside of row 2 is going to be David Comstock in a 42, and to his outside, starting fourth, going to be the 30 of Brian Macklin.
Jonathan Goodell times in fifth tonight in the number 69. That's his outside. It'll be Ryan Howard.
Seventh is going to go to the 06 of Byron Daly with the 29.373, and to his outside, Randy Yoakum in a number 8, starting 8th.
Chad Coleman going to clock in 9th tonight. He'll roll off inside of row number 5 in that 20. To his outside, Jonathan Lockhart comes out the top 10. The rest of the field going to scroll across the bottom of your screen as we get set to go racing tonight here at New Hampshire. Championship standings heading into tonight prior to the playoffs has Daniel Falkingham atop the board, Chad Coleman, Byron Daly, Justin Fuller, David Comstock, Jordan Hightower, Scott Simley, Tommy Ryan, Ryan Howard, and Duane Vincent as the top 10 as we get set to head into playoffs here in just a couple more races. Race 23 will be the first race of the chase. That'll happen at Darlington. We pack up tonight and head to Iowa next week. Some more of a short track field kind of racing, but we got to get through this one first at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. A big storyline heading into tonight was Byron Daly picking up win number 7 last weekend. He starts 7th tonight, looking for win number 8, and it would be perfect to come here at New Hampshire. So we'll keep an eye on that 06 over the course of the run. And here we go, Mitch. We're pretty good on fuel. We can make it in one stop. If we make it at 25, then we're good the rest of the way. So don't really have to worry about much there. It's going to be a tire game for the rest of the night.
Going to be a tire game. I don't know what these guys are thinking tire-wise. If you want to put 4 fresh ones on it every time or not. But usually here at New Hampshire, you can get away with 2. So that's also going to be interesting to see who takes 2 to gain some track position, who takes 4 to try and beat up on those guys that take 2.
All coming up, 100 laps coming at you. Pace car to pit road. Tommy Ryan in the gas. Who's going to get the lobster at the end of the night? We'll find out as they race down into turn number 1 for the first time this evening. Good run for the 99. He's going to take an early lead. He'll take the whole shot in motocross terms off of turn number 2 to the back straightaway, chased by the 51. Side-by-side battles behind him between Comstock and Brian Macklin as they race to turn 3.
Into turn 3, Comstock dives into the corner a little bit harder than the 30 of Macklin, but here comes Macklin on the outside line. Might be developed a little earlier than I thought, because here he comes to the inside of David Comstock, going to try and pass him for the 3rd spot.
Macklin turns it right back to the inside, looking for the crossover down into turn 1. Not going to happen there, so we'll have to regroup and retry to the back straightaway. Give Comstock 3rd, move Macklin back to 4th, Howard 5th, and it's Daly who will get the 6th position away from Jonathan Cadell, who is now under fire from Chad Coleman.
Chad Coleman underneath the 69 of Jonathan Cadell as they work off of turn number 4. Cadell looks like he's going to get the run off the corner, and take that position right back from Chad Coleman as they work into turn number 1.
So that was for the 7th position. Now just in front of them for a spot inside the top 5. Byron Daly to the inside of the 33. They'll go side by side for a brief moment, but that outside momentum will to propel the 33 right back around the outside of Daly. Daly not giving up down low. He'll try again down in 3 and 4, but to no avail. He'll have to sort of regroup and ride behind the 33 until he can find a chance. Maybe Howard makes a mistake or he gets a good launch off of one of the turns. Mitch, maybe try a slide job. That may be the only way we see a pass made tonight once the tires get some wear on them.
Yeah, obviously this track proved me wrong yet again as we have a battle for the lead as everyone's right around the top side right now. I thought the bottom line would be decent to start the run, but looks like everyone is up top and making it work, and there's a battle for the lead coming off of 4.
Here comes Fuller starting to look inside of the 99 machine. Not quite there at the moment, about 2 car lengths back, and he sends it down into 1. Very late braking there for the 51 machine. Closes in on Ryan all the way down almost to the apron for Fuller off of turn 2. Ryan gets a little loose off of 2 to the back straightaway, and here comes Fuller looking to capitalize off that mistake. Down into turns 3 and 4. The first challenge of the lead comes on lap number 5, heading towards 6 of 100. Here comes Fuller. He's got a nose to the inside.
Got a nose to the inside of the 99 Matani Ryan as they head into turn number 1. And gonna slide up, doesn't make contact. Actually, pretty good spacing between them as they come off of turn number 2. Here comes Fuller, and he gets loose and saves it, thankfully for him, as they work down the back straightaway. And here comes Fuller again on the bottom side, trying to make it work.
Trying to make that bottom side work, and he's looking good off of turn 4. Can he clear the 99? No. Ryan fights back on the outside to lead another lap there by half a car. Fuller had a chance to slide up in the line behind him, decides better of it, continues to try and work that bottom groove through 1 and 2, all the way against the yellow line for the 51. Gets a good launch down the back straightaway. Here comes Fuller again on that inside.
Fuller going to try and clear the 99 Tommy Ryan right here as they work through 3 and 4. And looks like he's going to do it. Slides up in front of him. And new leader Justin Fuller in that number 51. And look at Comstock behind them. While they were battling, he was busy trying to catch up to them, and he did. He's right on the bumper, and he dives low into turn number 1.
Here comes Comstock now looking to the inside. Oh, and we have a problem. Jonathan Cadell has blown his motor.
What in the world?
69, running 7th. I think he just may have downshifted on the front straightaway.
Wow. So, it's quite the development, Ben, as obviously very bad circumstances for the 69 Jonathan Cadell. We'll have to maybe have a talk with him after, see exactly what happened, but that's certainly an interesting development.
That's a new one for me. Blown motor here on lap number 8 at New Hampshire. Justin Fuller out in front. He leads Tommy Ryan, David Comstock, Brian Macklin, and Ryan Howard. That's the top 5 as they sit right now. Top 6, including Byron Daly, they're all kind of running within a small group amongst themselves up here at the front of the group. Then you have to go back a little bit to find Chad Coleman, who is holding off Randy Yoakum, Jonathan Lockhart, E.J. O'Rourke, who round out the top 10. Rick Thompson going outside. He outside the top 10. He sits 11th. 12th is Doy Woods. Ian Hahn is 13th. Jason Jacoby back in 14th. Glenn Campbell going to round out the top 15 here at New Hampshire. Not a lot of passing going on back in the pack. Just everybody sort of getting in their own rhythm. Here comes Chad Cole. He is looking to the inside of Joey Jattina. That'd be for the 18th position. And in turn 1, looks like the 14 going to sort of yield off of turn 2 and give Cole that position. So move Chad Cole up to now 18th. And here he brings Scott Simley with him as well. And that 12 machine, Simley up from 24th to 19th. Cole from 22nd to 18th.
Yeah, the big cat, Chad Cole, not qualifying here tonight. So he's going to have his work cut out for him. Cutting his way up through the field here, especially at New Hampshire with how hard it is to pass. So he's definitely got his work cut out for him here tonight.
Battle for 9th, somewhat developed over in turn number 2, kind of fizzled out, but now here comes Doy Woods to the inside of Thompson. That'll be for the 11th position. Close quarters over there in turn 4. Now these guys start to get bunched up down the front straightaway here. Here comes Woods looking to the inside of Thompson again. If he's not careful, Jacoby's going to pick his pocket, get to the outside of him, and maybe steal a position, but Woods gets a good launch down the back straightaway. Here comes Woods looking to get up and into P11 to try and chase down Lockhart for that P10 spot. Get up inside the top 10 for the first time tonight. They'll go side by side again off turn 4. Thompson way up the racetrack. Doy Woods right there in the center. Give it to Thompson there at the line, though, as they continue to battle side by side for the 11th spot.
Yeah, and behind him in that 88 of Jason Jacoby. You know he's going to be frustrated sitting behind these two guys side by side. You know he's probably got a little bit better car than these guys. So Jason's that one of those guys that he wants to go to the front and he wants to go to the front now. So it's going to be interesting to see how long he waits behind those guys while they're side by side. I thought he was going to take a peek down below and go 3 wide, but thought better of it. Going down the front straightaway. Sorry.
He's just looking to go with whichever line he thinks is gonna move, and right now that's neither one of them, as they are still side by side. Woods works the bottom and slips up a little bit there. That allows Jacoby to get to the outside. Now Jacoby in the 88 will take the 12th position away from the 07 down into turn number 3, and Woods gonna have to slide up in the line here right in front of Ian Hahn to avoid losing more momentum and more positions down the front stretch. He does just that. Now it's Jacoby looking on Thompson for the 11th spot, so we'll keep an eye on that battle. Not really missing a whole lot up front. Comstock has caught the bumper of the 99 and putting up a small challenge for P2 at the moment. They're down in turns number 3 and 4. Ryan all the way up in almost the 4th groove here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Comstock keeps it in the middle of the racetrack, and right behind them, Ryan Howard in the 4 doing a great job. He's gotten around Brian Macklin and having a great run tonight in that number 33.
Great run for Ryan Howard tonight. He always usually seems to as they almost make contact in front of him, and they might have actually as they work down the front or back straightaway. But you know, 33 Ryan Howard, we talk about him, you know, a lot week in, week out, and he just seems to not be able to get the finishes. He always seems to run up in the top 5 most of the time, but you know, something always seems to happen. So we'll see if Ryan Howard in that 33 can change that and change his luck a little bit tonight by pulling off a top 5 or even a top 3.
Looking for a win. He hasn't won here in quite a while. Has a 33 of Howard. So down into turns number 3 and 4 they go. Comstock was able to get around Tommy Ryan for that 2nd position. And sideways is the 42 off turn 4. He almost lit the tires up. He was so sideways, and a great save by Comstock there. Maybe he likes it loose like that, though. You never know with David Comstock. He can drive a tight car, loose car. He could probably drive one upside down if you really gave him a steering wheel and a way to do it. Nonetheless, though, Ryan Howard closing in on Tommy Ryan for P3 and a spot on the podium at the end of this deal. We're working lap number 20 at the flag stand here in New Hampshire. 1/5 of the way through and 1/5 of the way home here at the Magic Mile. We've been clean and green since the drop of the initial green flag, and it has been some great racing so far. But we're going to take a quick commercial break right here on the Sim Racing Network. You won't miss anything. We'll stay on corner to corner so you can see all the action, and we'll return here in just a moment. You're watching the Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series Sim500 competition live on the SRN.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah. Isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to New Hampshire. You just witnessed it. Corner to corner, Justin Fuller into the wall off of turn number 4 from the lead. Now he's back to third. Tommy Ryan able to get back up to second. It's David Comstock who was able to steal the lead away from the 41 machine and kind of starting to set sail now as Comstock once he's out in the clean air. And the first caution just flies here at the Magic Mile, and it's for a crash on the back straightaway involving, looks to be, I want to say Jeff Ryan, but don't hold me to that just quite yet. No, it's going to be for the 76 of Rick Thompson getting out of shape, and it was he and Jonathan Lockhart who get together on the back straightaway. Lockhart loose off of 2 and gets Thompson, kind of an innocent bystander there, and hard into the wall.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate for Thompson. He's doing a nice job tonight, but unfortunately that's probably going to all but end his chances for a top 10 finish here tonight, as the front end of that machine is quite destroyed.
It's done. Nonetheless, though, leaders down pit road for the first time at the quarter mark. We can make it the rest of the way, so keep that in mind. If we go green the rest of the way, we will most likely be good on fuel, and if it comes down to that, we're really going to see who's the best tire saver here in the field. Everybody down for and fuel on this round of pit stops. One couple drivers staying out maybe to try and get their lap back or to gain a couple of points. Brian Chambliss gets the lucky dog. That'll put 31 cars back on pit road, and a close battle off, but it's going to go, looks like, to Justin Fuller with that second pit box, able to get the launch out of pit road and win the race off, and that'll put him out in front here on this restart.
And Justin Fuller got pretty lucky there, as like last run he found out that he didn't save his tires quite enough. I'll get it out, and ended up hitting the wall there and losing the lead. So we'll see if he learns from that and see if he can maybe get a long run, get this car in better long run shape. You know, Ben, I can't talk tonight.
You know, we all have one of those nights. It's John Mushton out in front of the field. He is currently 2 laps down. Was 3 prior to this caution, but he stays out and looking for the wave around here. He's 2 laps down. Everybody else in front of him on the lead lap, only 1 car behind him. That's Jonathan Cadell, who had the motor expire on lap number, and I believe it was 8, and he is now officially out of the race. So it's been a fun one, and it got real exciting there prior to that caution. I think it was going to get even better over the next couple of laps there, Mitch, as the tires are really starting to show some wear here at the Magic Mile. But nonetheless, though, it's going to be Justin Fuller, who lost the lead about 2 laps prior to the yellow. He's going to get the lead back and see what he can do yet again out in clean air. But I wouldn't count Comstock out on this restart. If he wants to lead back bad enough, I'm sure he'll give Fuller a challenge as we look to turn the lights off atop the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. There they go, and it's going to be Fuller choosing the outside line for this restart. Mitch, good or bad choice?
I think it's a good choice. The top line is pretty dominant here early on in the race, so I think Fuller made the right choice there. But to what you were saying there just a couple of minutes ago, David Comstock is one of the best, if not the best, restarters in all of Sim500. So if there's anyone that can handle it, it's going to be him.
So we'll see if Comstock can time it right and have a drag race down into turn number 1 as the track falls under a little bit of shade here for this restart. That's going to cool things down before they heat up on track. So Justin Fuller, David Comstock, Tommy Ryan, Ryan Howard, Brian Macklin, that's top 5. Daly, Coleman, Yoakum, Jacoby O'Rourke round out the top 10. Pace car set to head on down to pit road. Just past the quarter mark here in New Hampshire. Lap 28 going to 29. We're back underway.
And wow, Comstock, an unlikely restart for him. Usually he's pretty on it, but that time falls back a little bit from the 51 of Justin Fuller as he works underneath the 33. Ryan Howard gets out in front of him. Now he's going to go try and chase down that 51.
So top 3 goes single file. Now top 4. First side-by-side battle for 5th is between Macklin and Daly. They'll run side-by-side down into corner number 3 and 4. Close call there as Macklin pushed up a little bit in the center of the turn, and contact behind them. Glenn Campbell is sideways and saves it. What a save by the 44.
Great save by Glenn Campbell as just coming off the corner. Those two, the 44 and the 12, got really tight as we get the replay up, and a great job by both those guys not to wad it up and involve people behind them.
Well, now they're crashing. The 57 goes around off the bumper of the 44, and the caution will fly. So Campbell got lucky once, not going to get lucky the second go around, and gets into the 57 of Jeff Sharp, spins him through the grass. For the most part, no harm, no foul to both those cars, but it will put us under caution for the second time here tonight at New Hampshire. And that was a weird moment down the backstretch there. Almost looked like Campbell just came up into the 57 like he didn't know he was there.
Yeah, that's a weird one for sure. As you guys are looking all at the replay right now, as kind of an interesting, they kind of just came together. I don't know if the 57 came down or not, but either way, Glenn Campbell, I think, out of luck here tonight.
Absolutely. So that'll put us under caution. Don't think we'll see anybody come down pit road, although I have said that before and been made a liar, but most of the leaders are past the entrance to pit road. Doesn't look like they will make it down. So we'll stay on corner to corner. If anything happens under caution, you'll catch it. But we're going to take a quick break right here on the Sim Racing Network. When we return, it'll be the restart right here in the Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series.
My doctor calls me and says, Chris, I have the results of your scan. This is saying you have lung cancer. And that was probably the single most shocking thing anyone's ever told me in my life.
How can I have lung cancer? I'm 39. How can I have lung cancer? I do kick myself almost daily for ever starting smoking. I really do.
Quit your way. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This
Welcome back to the Magic Mile as we're set for the restart here, lap 34 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Not much has changed in the top 5. Fuller, Comstock, Howard, Ryan, Macklin in the top 5 as we get set for restart. Fuller again going to choose the outside line, getting ready for the second restart of the night. Pace car to pit road. 2 by 2, real tight up against the wall. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway.
Back underway, and another good restart here for Justin Fuller. They hit it in turn number 1. Look at him dive it in there. Comstock just sent it into turn number 1. And he's right on the back bumper, that 51. And right behind them, the first battle on the track is between the 99 of Tommy Ryan and the 33 of Ryan Howard.
So Rourke down in the grass down there in the 41. He stays straight and we stay green. Close quarter racing inside the top 5 and just outside the top 5 there. Look at Macklin and Daly and Coleman and Jacoby all under a blanket as they race down into turns number 1.
Into turn number 1, and here comes Tommy Ryan on the outside of Ryan Howard, and another caution on the track. We'll see where that one was at.
That's going to be Nick Timms into the wall backwards. Safer barrier over in turns number 1 and 2, and it looks like a self-spin from the 17. Just got down into the 1 a little bit too hard, maybe too much rear brake, and that turned him right around and into the safer barrier right to the Sylvania sign. So third caution of the night. This one with the help from Nick Timms.
Good thing is for Nick Timms that he barely tapped that wall, so car should be fine. Unfortunately, he lost a heck of a lot of track position. That's super important here tonight with the way this car drives and how hard it is to pass.
Absolutely. So now we've got 5 green laps on the tires. Did we see any takers on pit road? Maybe 2 tires from somebody, 4? Or did we just stay out and hope for the best?
I think everyone stays out here again. That was only about, half a lap on the tires. So and there they all go by, except, oh, there's one coming down. Never mind. He faked me out. He tricked me.
Let's hope that doesn't happen tomorrow, because that was pretty blatant. He was staying out there.
Well, you know, Ben, no comment. It's all good.
Comment.
If you get a bumper tomorrow, and it's me, just know that this was why.
Glad you clarified that.
Yeah.
While we're under this break, we'll see if we can't chat with one of the drivers in the field, and we'll pull up the driver who sits third right now, having another great run tonight here in New Hampshire. Ryan Howard, Ben Kilcrease in the booth. Got a copy?
I got you.
There you are, Ryan, sitting third here at New Hampshire, looking great. Started 6th. You've made up a couple of positions. You're on the podium. What's it take to get that win tonight here at the Magic Mile?
Well, hopefully we can do something. We've been pretty close all year and been running better over the last few months. So it's a tough track. It's tightened up a little bit. It's not as loose as it was in practice, so that definitely helps. So we'll just have to see how it plays out here.
All right, good on fuel. What do you think the tire strategy is going to be for the rest of the race? If we go green from here on out, save early and hope for the best later?
Yeah, well, we're trying to get better on these restarts, and we're having a little trouble here. So we'll see how many we get on this run here, and but the plan is to run it out. So hopefully we can do that and see who takes it all.
All right, sounds good. Good luck, Ryan. Hopefully we'll talk to you a little bit later tonight as well.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Ryan Howard sitting third right now here at the Magic Mile, and as a driver, Mitch, it's hard to sort of gauge when you want to sort of pick up the pace as far as in the run goes. You don't know when the next caution's coming, and you don't know if you need to push it earlier or wait a little bit. And you know, if you push it early and we go, you know, the rest of the race green 60 laps, well, then you're going to be shot. Your tires are going to be shot at the end of the run. But if you wait and we have 20 lap runs until the end of the race, then you're also going to be, you know, in a bind, because you're going to get passed early on. And you know, it's a real hard needle to thread when you're dealing with some runs like these.
I like that analogy you used to use. Hard needle to thread. That's probably my favorite one yet from you. But no, you hit the nail on the head. It's impossible to know most of the time when a caution's gonna come back out. So that's definitely a tough thing to balance as a driver. You know, myself, that's most of the time when I get caught up. You know, I think it's gonna be a short run, and then we end up doing a long run, and then like you say, it just bites you in the butt. So we'll just see what these guys do here. You know, if it's going to follow a pattern, we're going to have another caution in a couple laps, but hopefully that's not the case here.
We'll see what happens. We're talking about a lot of home ec under this caution, threading the needle and hitting the nail on the head. One thing they don't teach you in home ec, though, is to step on the loud pedal, which is exactly what this whole field of 30-plus drivers is about to do on this restart. 60 laps to go, pace car to pit road. Green flag back in the air. A slightly better restart for Comstock there, but Fuller is he's working them over on the restarts here tonight.
Yeah, he's going early, then going late, then going early, and it's hard to really time it up when he's doing that. So really nice job by Fuller. But here comes Tommy Ryan trying to get to the outside of Comstock. Not going to do it. And
Macklin in the wall.
And the 20 down in the grass, after contact between those two, after the 30 bounced off of the wall. So the 20 just an innocent bystander in that, as Macklin now trying to make up some spots, but lots of damage to that 30 machine now.
Yeah, he pounded the right side of that Geico machine, and I don't know if he'll have the same speed as he did prior to that. The big mover in all of that was Jason Jacoby. He is up from 21st to 6th.
Wow. I expect that from this guy now, week in and week out. He does a really nice job of working through the field if he does get back there. So Jacoby working his way to the front and going to try and win this thing. And wherever we go, he's capable of doing it. So it's going to be fun to watch.
15 spots and 43 laps. That's a pretty good record here in New Hampshire. And he's looking for another one to the inside of Byron Daly off turn 2. Goes that 88 machine. That'll be for the 5th spot here at New Hampshire, as the top 6 kind of run tail to nose, very, very similar to the initial run here at New Hampshire. And one thing a little bit different, though, is Comstock not stuck behind Tommy Ryan on this run. He's really starting to show his muscles right here on Fuller, and there's contact behind, and Byron Daly up and into the wall. Win number 8 fades into the distance for Byron Daly.
And Jacoby and him got together. We'll try and get a replay up here for the replay, as the replay is up now. And man, I gotta get a closer look at that. That may have been netcode.
Real hard to tell, but it looks a little netcode-y, looks a little like contact as well, but nonetheless, bad break for Byron Daly, and a great save, though. He almost overcorrected into the safer barrier, had the peace of mind to swing it back around, just got the right rear, but a bad break. He only falls back to 12th, though, and there's still time. That's the good news, as we're just inching in on halfway.
And Jacoby, I think that was just a product of really close racing. I mean, neither driver was going up or down the track. It's just a racing incident, hard racing between Jacoby and Byron Daly. So no fault on either of those guys. Now Jacoby trying to chase down that 99 of Tommy Ryan.
So 88, 99, 33, the tale of double numbers from 3rd to 5th. Ryan Howard sitting 3rd, Ryan 4th, and Jacoby trying to crack that top 4. He's already cracked the top 5 with a move on Daly. And off of turn number 2, looking to the inside of Ryan. Ryan gets a little out of shape off turn 2. So we'll keep an eye on that battle over the course of the next couple laps. And here comes Jacoby looking to the inside. Late break down into 3, trying to get the run off 4, but Ryan with the advantage from the outside.
Sorry to cut you off there, Ben. I wasn't sure if you were looking at that battle, as here comes Jacoby again. He's just sending it down into the corner, both ends of the track, trying to make something happen as they come off with a turn and they get real close, and Jacoby gets a little loose. Gonna have to get back in behind that 99 as they head into turn number 3.
Brian Macklin holding his own in 6th after pounding the wall on that restart. Kind of surprised there. He's got a lot of damage to the right side of that car, but he may have hit it just right, and it may be turning better for him now than it was earlier. And right behind him, you have Chad Cole. We talked about him earlier in the race. He is up from 22nd to 7th, and he's brought along Jordan Hightower from 20th to 8th with him. So those two guys have cracked the top 10 tonight, and looking for a little bit more as we go back up to that battle for 4th. Jacoby inside, Ryan outside, and the top 3 in front of him start to close in as well. Some great racing here at the front of the field.
Good clean racing as everyone kind of keeping defenders on it up here for right now as they work through 1 and 2. Fuller on the bottom, and Comstock kind of diamonding the corner a little bit that time, trying to get a straight shot off so the car doesn't get quite as loose coming off the corner, and heading into 3 now goes to the top side, and Fuller kind of uses that middle line as they go through there. And look at Jason Jacoby back there yet again below that 99 of Tommy Ryan, trying to make something happen, but once again going to slot in behind him as it's just so tough to pass on that bottom.
Certainly is. Half down, half to go here at New Hampshire. Halfway point right there. 50-50. You know, that'd be a jackpot sort of deal. It's your local short track here. It just means halfway.
Absolutely. As my local track actually just had a huge 50-50 this past weekend of $10,000. Unfortunately, I didn't win it. And if I did, I might not be here tonight. So it's probably a good thing for you guys.
Boy, 10,000 right now would help out a lot as the battle for the lead starting to heat up rather, as Fuller got a little loose down into 1 and 2 there. Mitchie may have the rear brakes jacked up, and here comes Comstock looking to the inside. Comstock sideways. He's got the rear brakes jacked up, but he doesn't lose any ground on the 51. Still sideways as the 42 loses a little ground there. It'll have to back off and get back into line, but these guys starting to heat it up front here, and it's about that time of run where the tire fall off is starting to happen.
Heating up, and the tire temperatures looks like are heating up here on track as all these guys just sliding into the corner. But probably the only way that they can get turned into the corner is having that brake bias jacked up so high. So it's you got to have it on a knife edge where it's not going to spin out like that, but also you need that thing to turn into the corner. So it's kind of a tough balance to find.
Well, I guess one driver that's found it real well is Ryan Howard. I've not seen that car jump sideways at all, and he's not really an aggressive driver at all. He doesn't push his car's limits. Just as I say that, he wiggles off turn 2. He doesn't push his car limit as much as most of the other drivers in the field. As we go on board with the 33 here, we'll try and stay on board with him for a lap or so we can watch this battle in front of him and kind of see how he works his way around the magic mile here at New Hampshire. He enters a little bit lower than Comstock, a little bit higher than Fuller, and boy, does he close up in the center of the turn there. But off of turn 2, loses a little bit of ground at the 42. Still pretty even with him, though, down the backstretch as they race to 3.
Into 3, here comes Comstock. He's trying his hardest to get to that back bumper of the 51 of Justin Fuller. Can't do it right now. Fuller holding his own. He was sliding backwards a little bit there a few laps ago, but looks like he's maybe got the tires as he scrapes the wall going down the front straightaway. That was interesting, to say the least.
4, here comes Comstock. That's allowed the 42 to close in. Maybe Comstock is in Fuller's head. Fuller maybe driving out of the mirror more than out of the windshield. Comstock a little loose off turn 4, but still in full control of the car as he races down into turns 1 and 2. Great battle for the lead. Top 5. All tail to nose, and you can throw a blanket over them here. About 20 laps or so into this run. Great show up front.
Once these tires get wore out, it's a lot of fun to watch these guys slip and slide around and trying to make their way around each other. It's, I think, almost easier to pass as the run goes on for some reason. I don't know. It's usually the other way around, but it seems like these guys start to get real close together and real racy once these tires start to wear out.
Said it was easy to pass. I think Jason Jacoby will call you a liar there. He's been working on Tommy Ryan for, it seems like, the past 100 laps, but it's only been about 15 or so. But boy, he has worked him every corner since the drop of the green flag on the restart, it seems like. And he sends it down, trying to do everything he can to complete the pass. A dirty slide job there. But hey, it gets him to the outside of the 99. Maybe a shot to finally get the 4th spot.
And that's one way to do it, is Jacoby went full send into turn number 3 and somehow got around the 99 Tommy Ryan. I'm sorry for laughing, but that was incredible.
He keeps you on the edge of the seat, that's for sure. Now Jacoby up to 4th and looking for a spot on the podium from 21st at 88 on the move. And Fuller into the wall off turn 4. Here comes Comstock to the inside, a challenge for the lead.
Challenge for the lead is Comstock is underneath the 51 of Justin Fuller, and these guys are just neck and neck coming off the corner. Here comes Fuller. He's gonna have to run down the straightaway, but Comstock not gonna give up on that inside, I don't think, going into turn number 3.
Side by side they go again. Comstock back in, steps out a little bit on entrance, but he right there in the center, able to get in the throttle a little bit before the 51. Side by side again, but Fuller with the advantage again from the top side, and Comstock will have to fall back in the line, regroup, try it again. We work lap 61. Just 40 laps to go here in New Hampshire. Boy, does Comstock just get in the throttle. All of a sudden in the center of the turn, gets a big boost and then kind of dies off on corner exit. But he has got this figured out here on the late run. And look out, Ryan Howard is there. Jacoby is there. We're going to have a 5-car battle for the lead. It's pretty much been a 5-car battle for the lead, but they haven't been this close this whole run.
Yeah, I think Jacoby was being held up there by Tommy Ryan a little bit, and now that he finally got around him, he'll probably be able to work up there and race with these guys, as Comstock and Howard now side by side as they come off the corner. Howard gonna have to duck in behind that 42 once again, though, as that top line is so dominant.
Comstock wheel hopped in turn 1, walked it up the racetrack and allowed Howard to peek to the inside. Here comes the 33 Mose Ford Mustang looking to crack the runner-up spot for the first time tonight.
Doing a nice job tonight is Ryan Howard. You know, like you said, still looking for that first win, and they've made a lot of gains in the last few months, but no wins yet. But tonight could change that, as he has a fast hot rod.
That he does, and boy, this top 4, they are. And Fuller into the wall, up and on the safer barrier is Justin Fuller, almost upside down. What in the world happened there? Comstock gets a piece of it and a caution flies.
And as the replay goes up, so this is a little glitch that they have at New Hampshire Motor Speedway that happens sometimes. If you get too close to that wall at a certain point, it just reaches out and grabs you. And Fuller was actually talking about this in a chat for Sim500 a couple days ago, and unfortunately gets bit by it here tonight. So Fuller not going to be happy, as that ruins his race here tonight.
Wow, that's the wildest thing I've ever seen. And bad break for Comstock. I mean, he just when you're behind somebody and they get grabbed by the wall, what do? You don't have any time to react, especially how close they were there. Comstock with he got a lot of damage to the front end of his machine. Fuller up on the wall. Comstock having problems on pit road. It is just not going good for these drivers in the top 5. And oh my goodness, Comstock having trouble on pit road. He's done. He's not going to win this race. Byron Daly. I think Daly took 2 tires.
Daly took 2, and possibly Ryan Howard, maybe? No, Ryan Howard wouldn't have took 2, but Byron Daly definitely with 2 tires here. So, well, Ben, this is going to get really interesting. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow. So let's take a moment to catch our breath, because things just got wild in a hurry, and I don't think they're going to slow down from here. Byron Daly looking for win number 8. He won his 7th race of the season by taking 2 tires, and we all threw him under the bus. Said he wouldn't get back up there, he wouldn't hold on to the lead, and he proved us all wrong. Went on to win his 7th victory of the season. That was just last week. Looking for win number 8 tonight at New Hampshire. Let's take a break here at the Magic Mile. We'll be back with some more kick-ass beef jerky racing.
All right, Watson. Watson. Let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they use in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Byron Daly on 2 tires, chooses the outside. Ryan Howard to his inside. That'll be the challenge for the lead. 33 laps to go when we get the green flag. Pace car to pit road. Field 2 by 2. Green flag back in the air. We're back racing here at the Magic Mile. Here comes Jordan Hightower in the mix as well. I think he's on 2 as well on that number 22.
Working through 1 and 2 here. Ryan Howard on the freshest tires right behind Byron Daly as he's right on the back deck lid, trying to make a move going into turn number 3 here. As no, he backs off, takes a peek, and thinks better of it.
Trouble! Bang! Into the wall goes one machine, and now Chad Coleman is sideways in front of the field, up and in the air on top of E.J. O'Rourke.
And that was an unfortunate chain of events there, as that ended up being a lot bigger than it needed to be. As we'll get the replay up here.
Chad Coleman initially got into Ian Hahn down in turn 3, and then Coleman went on to make some bigger contact a little bit later on after that. So we'll keep an eye on, just keep it on Coleman there, Aaron, as the 56 goes around, and then Coleman sideways himself, overcorrects and up and into the middle of the pack. Gillenwater nowhere to go. O'Rourke nowhere to go.
Yeah, man, that thing did the hook and went up the hill there as he overcorrected, and unfortunately collected a lot more cars than needed to be collected. Should have just locked it down there, but unfortunately things happen in the heat of the moment, so I'm sure he realizes that.
Heat of the moment indeed. And 2 drivers in the heat of the moment. Byron Daly, Ryan Howard. That was about to get good, as we'll restart this thing now with under 30 to go at New Hampshire. Byron Daly chasing win number 8 of the season, and if he gets a couple more cautions that play into his favor, he might just have snookered everybody out here at New Hampshire tonight, as field pacing down the back straightaway, coming to complete lap 70 right now. We'll see if we can't find Mitch. I'll let you dial up a driver here under this caution and see if we can't talk to somebody, see what their thoughts are here in the final stages of this race, almost down to the final quarter of the 100 lapper here at New Hampshire.
A guy we don't talk to very often, Duane Vincent in that number 13. We'll see if we can dial him up, having a good solid top 10 run here tonight. Duane Vincent's Mitch Rollo up in the booth. You got me?
Yes.
Duane having a nice solid top 10 run here tonight. Talk about how this car is feeling here tonight, and the optimal line obviously being the top, and how hard it is to pass.
It's the car feels great, actually. I love the set. It feels really, really good on the long run for me. Kind of tough to pass. I'd rather, on the inside is really hard. I'd rather try to pass them out on the outside, but you always don't get that opportunity. But it's been fun. It's a tough track, sure is.
Absolutely. New Hampshire, always one of those tracks that is the tougher, or the drivers look to as the tougher ones on the schedule. And but Duane, thanks for talking to us here under caution. We'll let you get back to it, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
And that was Duane Vincent, driver of that number 13 machine, as doing a nice job here tonight. Duane Vincent, one of those guys who's been around for a long time on the sim, and always a guy that I always looked up to on and off the track, a class act.
Up from 23rd to 9th. And, you know, I'd say that car was on fire if it didn't have the Tabasco paint scheme on it to begin with.
You are hilarious, sir. I mean, that is the funniest thing you have ever said.
Oh, sometimes I make myself laugh. Tonight's...
I'll take it. Tonight's broadcast is part of our Triple Threat streaming service. You can watch us on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. Just follow the links that you see on the screen. And Ben, are you all right over there now?
Good. Remember to subscribe to each one so you can be notified whenever we go live. Pace car getting set to head on down to pit road. Giggles are out, and we are set to go. 28 laps to go here at New Hampshire. Ryan Howard and Byron Daly front row. Daly's your leader on the outside. Oh, they get tight there on the restart. Green flag back in the air.
Got a good start for Ryan Howard. He's only a couple car lengths back from that leader of Byron Daly. And look at him send it into turn number 1, trying to get to the back deck lid. First battle on track is going to be Jordan Hightower and Jason Jacoby for that third spot coming off of turn number 2.
At this stage of the race, if you're Ryan Howard looking for
crashing.
the first win...
No caution, they're off the track. There's not going to be a caution for that one.
Oh, and that was Duane Vincent. The announcer's curse happens again. Back up front. Ryan Howard trying to fend off Jason Jacoby side by side for the second position down into 1. Here comes Hightower to the outside of the 88. Oh, there's almost contact between the two. Jacoby going to clear the 22. Howard driving the wheels off the 33, trying to get the first win of the season.
He's doing everything he can here, Ben, as they head into turn number 3. Here comes Jacoby right underneath him. They're about dead even in the center of the corner. Howard should have the runoff, but no, he doesn't. Jacoby going to have the runoff as they go down the front straightaway. They're both trying to get to that 06 of Byron Daly. Both of them have pressure tires.
Side by side, Daly in the lead, kind of watching what's going on behind him. Oh, they may split him 3 wide if he's not careful. Daly, a handful off of turn number 2. 2 by 2 up front here in New Hampshire.
And here comes Hightower into the mix as he's got, I believe, he's on 4 here as they work through 3 and 4. Daly holding his own on the outside, but here comes Jacoby. They're going to be dead even at the stripe as Jacoby does get a little bit of a run down in front straightaway. And Ryan Howard right back up on the back deck. Caution is out. And Daly still out front here, doing a heck of a job holding these guys off with 2 tires.
So another incident on the front straightaway, this one involving Chris Caboo and Jonathan Lockhart, and boy, Comstock gets another piece of it on the front stretch there as well. Replay going up. This one happens on lap 75, just as that was getting fun. Up at the front of the field. Just looks like an incident there of the 2 drivers just coming together again off of one of these turns. One driver kind of pinching the other down, and the other just coming up to apex as high as possible on the corner, or off the corner rather.
Yeah, just we've seen a lot of that tonight, where guys just kind of come together. No one really at fault, but just racing hard and ended up wrecking off the corner there. So unfortunate for those guys. And David Comstock, you can't say enough about his bad luck tonight, as the first one, the wall grabbed Fuller literally, and Comstock ended up getting the worst of that one, and then again here under this caution.
What's gonna happen?
Wow!
Mixed emotions. Oh, and I think for the drivers that are down pit road, they may have, well, shot himself in the foot.
I think you're right. I think that. Yeah. If they went down, I think they're in trouble here, as it's just so tough to make up that track position. Especially we're going to go green with about, well, it's going to be less than 20 to go here, Ben. So definitely it's a tough call, but I mean, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If they wouldn't have gone down, everyone probably would have went down behind them and got 4 tires anyway. So, we'll just have to see what happens here.
9 cars in front of Ryan Howard. Scratch that. 10 cars in front of Ryan Howard. Ian Hahn did not go down pit road in that 56. He's had his fair share of problems today. I don't think there is a straight piece of sheet metal on that machine. Well, the driver's side door doesn't look too bad on the 56, but everything else has got some scrapes, some dents, and everything else. So Hahn still going to stay out. So, yeah, apparently it's still driving okay for the 56 machine, but yeah, to kind of regroup and get everybody on the same page here. Everybody in front of Ryan Howard stays out on about 6-lap-old tires. So we'll keep an eye on Howard and see if he can make his way back up through the field. But you said it, Mitch, less than 20 to go. It's going to be hard to do, especially if we get a couple more yellow flags thrown in the mix.
And try and dial up another driver. Ben, why don't you go ahead and dial up, let's see, maybe the big cat, Chad Cole, see if we can get a word with him.
Chad Cole, Ben Kilcrease in the SRM booth. Got a copy?
We got you, Ben.
You almost sound surprised to hear me, Chad. You are sitting 4th at the end of this deal, or closing in on the end of this deal, up from 22nd. By the way, the highest starter inside the top 5 is from 7th, and that's Byron Daly. He's on 2 tires. You're on a little bit fresher tires than him. What's it going to take to get up there on the podium and maybe even try and steal the win away?
We're going to need some wrecks by the top 3 and some more shenanigans at the end of the race, I think. We got some fresh damage on the right front after we got into it with Duane and Duane on the backstretch there a couple laps ago. So it actually felt all right, that little run there. So we'll see how it shakes out.
I was going to mention that. Just be sure to keep the left side straight. You should be good for the rest of this thing.
No, we want to be perfect and tear up all the corners on it.
Yeah. Good luck the rest of the way, Chad. We'll let you get back to work.
All right, thank you.
Chad Cole restarting 4th. Byron Daly restarting in the lead. He chooses the inside for this restart. And keep in mind, that driver on the outside of him, well, they've had a run-in together that wrinkled up the right rear quarter panel of Daly's machine. So we'll just keep an eye on that over the course of this run. Just throwing that out there if anything happens. 20 to go. It's crunch time at the Magic Mile. Green flag back in the air.
And a great start for the inside 2 cars, as they must be teammates and must have timed that thing up pretty good, as Jordan Hightower goes to 2nd, Jacoby 3rd, and Chad Cole back there in 4th. First battle on the lead. First battle on track.
Whoa! Hightower! Wow. My God! That car was completely sideways. He lit up the tires, wheel hopped and everything, and still remains 3rd, but they're crashing behind. It's Macklin around in front of the rest of the field, and it's a big one.
That's not a big one, Ben. That's a huge one, as that took out a lot of cars there at the back of the field. And we get the replay up for you guys to take a look at that one.
Started with Macklin 30. There's some contact off turn 2, and then the incident down in 3 was just Macklin getting into the corner a little bit too hard and literally sliding up in front of Tommy Ryan. Ryan had nowhere to go but into the back of him and sent him the rest of the way around. So Macklin, that was an incident of trying to gain some more spots, or trying to gain as much spots as possible on the restart, and just getting tangled up.
And man, Joey Jatina split those guys. I mean, the seas parted for him. I don't know how he made it through that without a scratch.
Wow. Well, I don't think he made it through completely without a scratch. He got that's not the prettiest looking number 14 machine, but
never mind. That was the 4 of Gillenwater. I don't know how I mistook those two, but anyway, Gillenwater obviously accumulated a lot of damage early in the race, but scraped through that one without a scratch. So, oh man, and let me just take a second to apologize to Duane Vincent, because every time that we pull someone up here to talk to us, something always happens to him, Ben. And we got to do driver interviews during a race. We can't just stop doing that. But at the same time, holy cow, we're cursing these guys.
Can't recall. Who did we pull up the first time?
Howard.
Oh, well, Howard is. Well, he didn't get involved in an accident, but he made a maybe not bad choice to come to pit road, but he sits ninth right now. So he'll restart inside the top 10, which is a plus for this restart.
We better warn Chad Cole. That's all I got to say.
Nick Timms, he was involved in a caution just after the halfway point of this race. He's up to 8th in the 17 there. Glenn Campbell, we saw him sideways on the front stretch, and then another car sideways on his nose. He is top 5 here at New Hampshire. So we've got a big mix-up in the top 10 after all these restarts and a couple drivers on different pit strategies, etc. And it is providing us an interesting a couple of laps here for the shootout of this one. It's still Byron Daly out in front, and I tell you what, we throw him under the bus yet again, taking 2 tires, but here he is out in front of this deal. And if he picks up win number 8, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm really going to have to apologize to the guy.
I think so. Yeah, I think you got to stop counting the 2 tires out, Ben, because every time, I mean, let's just face it, every time we say something, the exact opposite happens. So, I mean, it really doesn't matter whether they take 2 tires or 4 tires. What we say, the opposite's going to happen. So we really control the outcome of this races.
Boy, don't say that, or you'll get the tinfoil hats on for sure. So it's going to be Daly on the inside again, right in front of his teammate, and I do believe that's planned to try and get as much distance as possible between he and Jason Jacoby. He knows Jacoby's fast. He knows Jacoby is hungry for a win, so he needs to do everything he can to protect himself from that 88 machine. They've already been together once tonight, and I think Jacoby would be even more inclined in the final 10 laps to use the front end of that Toyota Camry to pick up a victory here in the Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series. 2x2 the field is, and we're set for a restart with 15 laps to go here in Loudon. Pace car to pit road, green flag back in the air. We're back underway. Whoa, and Hightower a little loose there.
Yeah, he got squirrely there coming down the front straightaway, and into one. Here comes Jacoby, just dives. Oh! He takes him out, and they're crashing. What a huge crash behind them.
Wow. Jacoby gets hit again there at the end of that one, but man, talking about trying to get everything in one turn.
You know, I love the guy to death, but I wonder if he forgot that there was going to be a car above him. That was certainly a bonsai move, and wow. And he goes over the radio, the driver's chat right now, and apologizes to everybody for that move. So Jason feels bad about that move, and just unfortunate that a few other cars were caught up in that. So
looking back at the replay, I mean, he sent it in there, but he also hit a couple bumps that kind of shot the car up the racetrack. So I don't, not trying to defend him in any means, but definitely the bumps didn't help the situation. I still think there would have been contact nonetheless, though. But hey, Big Cat gonna escape out of that with looks like P2, and he's doing a pretty good job at wrinkling up the left side as he kind of shoved his way through that caution.
You know, I wonder if we should pull him up again and reverse what we did. You know, the commentator's curse. I wonder if it works that way.
I don't know. Maybe John Mushton can do us a little witch doctor routine or something. I just want to take a moment to look at these top 3 cars. Byron Daly, the rear end is completely gone on that machine. The front and the left side look pretty good. The right side's pretty beat up. Chad Cole, the right side looks like he's hit a couple trees. That thing's been used up. Glenn Campbell, the front end of that is all wrinkled up. Rear end's wrinkled up. Right side, left side. Then you have Scott Simley behind. He's not the prettiest looking car out there.
50 mile an hour, yeah.
And then Duane Woods Doesn't look like there's a scratch on Doy's car, so we'll give him the cleanest car award inside the top 5 in that NOS Energy Mustang. Noise Energy Mustang. Sorry, that's not NOS, that's noise.
Oh, I just realized that. That's good. That's good right there. Oh, no. You see, look at what you've done now. Now we got the giggles.
Oh, man. So let's restack this deal. It'll be Byron Daly out in front of the field here with Chad Cole in the 82. So you want to do some numbers? All right, you got Daly in the 6. Chad Cole is in the 82. If you subtract 2 from 8, that's equals 6. He's looking for win number 8, so if you add 4 and 4 behind him, Glenn Campbell's number, that equals 8, and we'll restart this thing with about 11 to go, or 10 to go. So that really doesn't play into the picture there any, but nonetheless, though,
it was a nice try.
This is going to be exciting to the end as we turn the lights off atop the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. Lap 90 right now, so 10 to go when we get the restart here, and hopefully we can race this thing out. Checking in on Ryan Howard, he gained 2 spots on that. He's up to 7th, so, you know, anything can happen here. We've seen that tonight. We've seen a car literally get grabbed by an invisible wall on the back straightaway, so I'm not counting Howard out yet.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on tonight, Ben. It's been a whole lot of weird witch doctor. You know, I guarantee you, John Muster and his witch doctor stuff had something to do with all this. Guaranteed.
Who knows? Mushton was 4 laps down at one point. Now he's back on the lead lap inside the top 20. So maybe he's throwing all these stuff out at everybody else. Pace car to pit road. We're set to go back racing. Green flag back in the air. A stack up there on the restart as everybody trying to anticipate when Daly was going to go. Daly down into turn number 1, followed by Chad Cole, and Glenn Campbell going to have this 3rd spot. Here comes Doy Woods in the 7. They are 4 wide at the back of the field, hoping we get through turns 1 and 2 clean. There's 1 car sideways. Still green here at New Hampshire as we race to 3.
Somehow still green here at New Hampshire as the top 3 kind of single filed out. First battle is for 4th on the racetrack. Sorry, between Doy Woods and Scott Simley. Those guys working off of turn number 4. And looks like Simley going to come away with that position going down the front. Up front here, Chad Cole just a few car lengths off of Byron Daly. So we'll see what he can do here with a little bit fresher tires than Mr. Daly.
Running out of time and running out of places to make the move as we are going to be 8 laps to go here this time by at New Hampshire. Ryan Howard looking to the outside of Doy Woods, looking to crack the top 5 here in the final remaining laps and maybe try and get back up and into a podium spot. He's got the freshest tires inside the top 10, does that 33.
And Howard doing a nice job working outside of that 07 of Doy Woods. But Doy, and he's in the wall hard. And that is almost going to certainly end his chances at a top 5 in this thing as he is sliding backwards now. And most of the field here is single filed out.
Singled out up front, Daly is opening up the lead. 2 tires back on lap 68. I threw him out. Threw him under the bus. Said no way. Not going to happen. Especially tonight. And here we are. Coming to 6 to go for the number 6. And Glenn Campbell is sideways. Stops in the grass. We stay green. Oh, there goes Gaboo flying past in the 5. Still green. Off of turn 4. Daly being stalked by Chad Cole. 6 to go here at the Magic Mile. Doy Woods in the 07. He is right there in the mix. Ryan Howard, even with the contact with the wall, is back up to 5th and now looking for 4th to the inside of Simley. Don't think he'll have enough to make it up into a podium spot, but certainly don't count him out if we have a green-white checkered, which is still a possibility if this thing goes yellow again, but hopefully we can race it out with 5 laps to go.
5 to go, rather, as Chad Cole did close up on the rear deck lid a little bit closer on that 06 as Byron Daly, but now sliding back just a little bit as Seems to be better than Daly, a little bit better than Daly in 1 and 2, but worse than him in 3 and 4. So we'll see if Chad can figure something out. And Doy Woods right there behind him. Don't count him out, but definitely running out of laps as they're going to be hitting 4 laps to go here at the line this time.
4 to go. If we make it to the white flag, green, white, checkered, out of the question. But if we have a caution between now and then, we will go green, white, checkered here at New Hampshire. So keep that in mind as we race it out. Now 3.5 laps to go. In the middle of the back straightaway, Ryan Howard side by side with Simley, looking for P4 here in the final closing laps. He may have something for Doy Woods in a podium position. And boy, if he had another 10 laps, possibly something for a win. And if he, especially if it didn't knock the wall down off turn 2 a couple laps ago. 3 to go for Byron Daly. Looking for win number 8. Does it come here in Loudon, New Hampshire?
We'll see. Chad Cole's right up on the back deck lid going down out of turn number 2.
Howard is sideways and around. Tommy Ryan is around on the back straightaway. We stay green. He's down in the grass, out of the way.
As they work through 3 and 4, I thought for sure that was going to be a caution, but
now Howard's sideways again. Caution is out. It's a green-white checkered scenario, and there are big crash off turn number 4. Ryan Howard just cannot catch a break. Something about that announcer's curse.
I tell you, it's a real thing. As we get the replay up for you guys, as going into turn number 3 there, Howard minding his own business, and in comes the witch doctor himself, John Mushton Jr. I'm sorry, John. He's gonna watch this after and be really really upset with me. But no, just you know, it's not even that he dove it in there real hard. Just 2 guys coming together there in 3 and 4. So Howard got to be pretty dejected at this point. His race has gone south ever since he went down pit road and just couldn't quite make up the track position he needed.
This final caution will have a green-white checkered finish for the restart here as Byron Daly going to lead us back to the green flag. Now it's a decision for Daly here. Does he choose inside or outside on Chad Cole? And does Cole have enough left in that machine for a 2-lap shootout to try and chase down that 0.6?
Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat Byron Daly here on this restart. He's been pretty good with the restarts, and looks like he still has the fastest car out there. So we'll see what Chad and Doy can do. You know, Doy's in pretty prime position here as well because he's got the freshest tires out of these 3, I do believe, and the cleanest car to boot. So if he can get a really good restart here, he's got a shot at the win here.
And keep in mind, old tires here are going to be really interesting on the flat front straightaway when they try and come up through the gears. I mean, we haven't had a restart with this old of tires yet, so they don't really know what to expect here when getting back on the throttle. We're past the 100-mile mark, working lap 101 officially, but we will restart this thing with a green-white checkered. Only one attempt at a green-white checkered. Here's how that'll work. We'll get the green flag. If we make it to the white flag, then the next flag, whether it be a caution or a checkered, will end the race.
It's going to get interesting. I would say we should pull a driver up and talk to them, but I think it's probably best that we don't at this point.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx anybody else. I'm still praying for Chad Cole and nothing happens in this final green-white checkered finish, and maybe that's what we need to break this announcer's jinx, is for Chad Cole to finish on the podium.
But you know what's going to happen now that you just said that?
Got to finish on the podium.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Got to do something to change the look.
Well, yeah. I mean,
smear his car with garlic or something like that.
John, is that you?
Daly going to choose the outside for this restart. That's an interesting choice, and you know, I don't know which line I'd choose if I was the leader on this restart. It really doesn't seem to matter, as the leader's been getting great jumps all race long, but if Chad Cole times this perfectly, if he hits this restart and drag races Daly into turn number 1, I think he may have a shot coming off turn 2, especially if he roughs him up a little bit. We'll see what happens. Anything possible. 2 laps to go. It's a green-white checkered here at the Magic Mile. Buckle up, it's about to get wild. Pace car set to head on down the pit road. The final restart of the night taking place right now.
And that restart got jumbled up as the green flag is out, and Chad Cole, a few car lengths back, is going to have to make this quick if he wants to get back up to the back decklet of Byron Daly.
He certainly is, and he's got to hope that 4 wide madness behind gets sorted out off of turn number 2, clean and green to the back straightaway. 1 car sideways. There it is.
There it is.
It's over. Byron Daly, win number 8 of the season, gonna come at New Hampshire.
And Chad Cole gonna be, happy with the top 3, but he may have had something there for Daly, so he's gonna be upset with that last caution, I think. But nonetheless, a really nice job by Chad Cole and a really great job by Byron Daly to hold the field off on 2 tires for, what was it, like 25 laps?
Man, more than 25. We restarted on lap 68 is when he had the 2 tires.
Wow. Yeah, that's a long time for 2 tires, especially since I don't know how long it was before he pitted before that. So those left sides could be as old as like 60 or 70 laps old on that car.
Left side tires are pitted at 41, so 63 laps.
Wow.
Old left side tires on that 06. He comes off turn number 4, and boy, he earned this one for sure. 8 wins this season. This is the 8th, and it comes at New Hampshire. Byron Daly wins here in Loudon. It's Chad Cole second. Doy Woods with a great top 3 there in that 07. We'll chat with those 3 drivers and watch Byron Daly's victory celebration on Corner to Corner. We'll chat with those 3 drivers after this commercial break. We'll be right back with a post-race show here in the Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
My doctor calls me and says, Chris, I have the results of your scan. This is saying you have lung cancer. And that was probably the single most shocking thing anyone's ever told me in my life.
How can I have lung cancer? I'm 39. How can I have lung cancer? I do kick myself almost daily for ever starting smoking. I really do.
Quit your way. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Welcome back to New Hampshire Motor Speedway, where it's post-race show time here, and time for some podium interviews, where first we'll send it down to Mitch Rollo, who's caught up with the runner-up finisher tonight here at New Hampshire, Chad Cole. Mitch?
Down here with Chad Cole, the big cat, with a nice, solid second-place run here tonight. Started 22nd. Easily the biggest mover of the race. Talk to me about your run.
Yeah, I was saving my qualifying effort for the last minute. Ended up hitting the wall off turn 2 and didn't get a time in, so I had to start shotgun there. Try not to do that tomorrow night. It's going to be a bigger field and a lot more difficult to do that. Really happy with the effort. I do not like New Hampshire at all. And I'm not really sure if my second place finish is more based on speed or getting lucky there, because I know there's a couple of wrecks up the front, and I definitely benefited from that too. But I felt like I had some good pace there. It's kind of no man's land there with my tires, because I think Byron was on 2 and the guys behind me had a little bit fresher tires, maybe like 3 laps on them or so fresher. But never a dull moment with those green white checkers. You're never sure what's going to happen. I feel like it's just a waiting game, waiting for that caution to pop up, and just kind of ran out of time, couldn't get it done.
Absolutely. Is that Valvoline Camaro? I think you did get all 4 corners of it, like you said you would in our interview together. So congratulations on that, and more importantly, congratulations on your second place finish here tonight. Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Kickass Beef Jerky for all they do for the Sunday series, and the admins for the work they put into it too. It can be frustrating at times, but and you guys as well. SRN, love the work you do. AA Ron, Ben, not so much, but Mitch, you do a great job, and love you guys. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it, Chad. As guys, that is your second place finisher here tonight. That's the 82 of the big cat, Chad Cole.
Well, I'm not good enough for Chad Cole, so I'll let you take the third place interview as well. Doy Woods now caught up with Mitch Rollo down on pit road after coming from 11th to 3rd. It was an eventful race for 07 Noise Energy Machine.
That Noise Energy Machine, as we were talking about under caution, Doy. We didn't notice it was Noise Energy. We thought it was NOS Energy, but definitely a cool twist on that sponsor here. But a nice run here for you tonight. Started 11th, finished 3rd. Talk to me about your run here tonight.
Yeah, I had a pretty good run. Really good on old tires. It kind of shaked out good for me there at the end. I got involved in a little altercation with the 13. I kind of clipped and there, messed up his race, so I hate that I did that. But besides that, I had a pretty good run, so I got to be happy about that.
Absolutely, and just talk to me about how hard it was to pass here tonight, because we saw guys were having issues with passing on the inside. Just so tough to get done on the inside. Pretty much all the passes we saw were on the outside. Just talk to me about how you made your way up through the field here to third place run tonight.
Just good pit stops, and holding track position, and try not to get caught on the inside. But when the tires got old and the grip level changed, you could do a little bit of passing on the inside if you dive bomb the corner, and that's about how you had to get it done to make any headway.
Absolutely, and Doy, is a really good run here for you tonight at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Is there anyone you want to thank for that run here tonight?
Yeah, all the guys back at the shop, my buddy JD for painting the car, and everybody that makes it happen, and definitely appreciate it.
Ben, that was your third place finisher here tonight, Doy Woods, and I believe that you have caught up with our race winner today here at New Hampshire, Byron Daly, in that 06.
Win number 8 coming on 2 tires. And Byron, I'm starting to think you're racing for an underfunded team, saving all these tires. First of all, I apologize, 3 under the bus again, but you've proved me wrong. We got to work 2 tires into your new nickname. I'll get you a new nickname for next week, I promise. Working 2 tires into the deal, but man, what a great job. We figured it up. Your left side tires were 60 plus laps old. Just phenomenal. Talk about the call to make that 2 tire stop, and then all those restarts, and maybe this saved you some time there to sort of hold on and win this 8th win of the season.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that was gonna work this time. I got put in a hole there with all the I guess the hard racing there towards the back half of the top 10. It was kind of put me in a big hole, and I had to do something to get back to the front. And so I was like, well, these tires, 2 tires, if I can stay in the way long enough, maybe it'll work out. I fully expected to get to pit again, but the way the race played out, you really couldn't pit again. You just end up too far in the back, and it's hard to make a track position here. So, just stayed out the whole time and got really lucky with the timing of the cautions, and, certain characters that were going to be taking people out, took out people that weren't me, even though they tried. So it worked out pretty good, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about that.
Talk about back at Daytona. Did you ever think that here we are in race number 18, I do believe, with you already 8 wins on the season?
No, I didn't think so. How do I put this? It takes a little bit to kind of build up that confidence, feel like you can come in here and, win. There's a lot of good guys that run this league, and it's definitely not easy. And a lot, some of these have come on strategy calls. Honestly, like the 2 tires this week and last week are strategy calls. Otherwise, it's gonna be hard to straight up take it from these guys. They're all really good, and it's definitely it's not easy to do something like this. So that's what it makes it fun to come out here and actually be capable of it. So
8 down now on the road to 10. Got a couple good tracks coming up for you over the next couple weeks. Iowa, Watkins Glen, Michigan, Bristol, and then we get into the Chase. That'll be fun as well. But for tonight here in New Hampshire, you get to take the lobster home. I think that's how that works. Who do you want to thank for putting you in victory lane?
Oh, again, just a Sim500 league for putting this on. Setup tonight was actually a lot of fun. I think they used a different setup tonight, and it was really cool. I wish the track temp stayed hot because it really got spinning the tires in practice there. And you guys for broadcasting it. It's always fun to come back and watch these races. It's very exciting. So appreciate everything.
There you have it, Byron Daly, proving that 2 can tango here at New Hampshire, picking up win number 8 this season. Byron, good luck next week.
Thank you.
There you have it, Byron Daly getting it done here tonight at the Magic Mile. Mitch, what a show these guys put on here. We had a couple of cautions thrown in the mix, but all in all, I mean, we had 6-7 drivers racing for the lead at any given point in this race.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch these guys as have John Mushton coming and knocking on our door right now, trying to steal a party. The witch doctor himself, as he probably heard us talking about him up here. I guess we'll let him in. John, I may have called you a witch doctor mid-race, but
a witch doctor.
Yeah, it's. We'll talk about it after. But anyhow,
is that the Canadian speed demon talking to me there?
It
Canadian
is
speed demon.
Yeah, that's what John Mushton's calling.
Since both you guys are good at coming up with nicknames, figure out one for Byron Daly. Make sure it's got the word 2 tires in it. I'm
2 Tire Daily. That's it right there, man. That just rolls right off the top. Byron 2 Tire Daily takes the number 6 win of the season, or is it 8 now?
8, up to 8.
Good Lord, somebody slow that man down.
Absolutely. Good run for you, John. You were about 4 laps down at one point, came up and finished top 10.
It was a gnarly race, man. I spun myself out coming off of 2, got some nose damage, and was going to stay out, and stay on the lead lap, but it started overheating, and we all know what happens when that little red light starts blinking at you. So got her fixed up and just was patient enough to get myself. But how about Brian Wertman? Did you guys notice Wertman up there with a top 9?
Yep, finished 9th, and great run for a lot of drivers. Nick Timms finishing 4th there, Simley 5th. Comstock made it back up to 6th, Jeff Ryan 7th, Jeff Sharp 8th, then Wertman and you, John, they're rounding out the top 10.
So what did you guys think about the race tonight? What did you guys think about that setup change? Did you guys discuss that at all?
We were talking about the setup a little bit earlier on in the race. It was certainly a fun race to watch, and it looks like you guys had fun down there on the track as well.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to watching you guys tomorrow night down there at New Hampshire from up here in the booth, kind of swap sides with you guys. Ben, you feeling good about tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. We actually get to drive the car this weekend instead of hold the wheel and press the throttle. So
that's right, man.
Looking forward to it.
Well, look, I just want to pop in and say hello. I was watching the show from a device over here, and it sounded like a really good show when I could pay attention to it. But don't tell anybody I was doing that, okay? I was supposed to be driving.
I hear you. Good run, and thanks for chatting with us.
Oh, thank you very much, Ben. You guys have a good night. Later, Demon.
You know, I don't
There you
even
have
know
it.
what to say to that.
Yeah, you gotta love him. That's all you gotta do. John Mushin always providing some fun here in the booth. And well, on that note, we're gonna head out and hope to see you all back here tomorrow, right here on the Sim Racing Network for the Trans-Service Cup Series. On behalf of Kickass Beef Jerky and everybody at Sim500, we bid you farewell from a New Hampshire Motor Speedway from Itterello and Grosskopf. I am Ben Kilcrease. Remember, when you're out there on the roads, to put that phone down. Good night, everybody.